Discord pin. That's connecting. Ooh. Put that down for the moment. All right.
This seat is cold.
Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. My name's Joe.
I'm also Joe.
Welcome back to SNES Life. This is March 1st. We are on the last game that we have for the Super Scope, Terminator 2, the arcade game.
Cold.
Because we're playing Terminator 2, we did just finish watching Terminator 2. What you think of the movie?
I don't know. In my opinion, it wasn't the worst movie I've seen, but it was kind of boring.
Yeah, too much story for you, huh? Not
It
enough
was
action.
2.5 hours long.
It was really long.
I can hardly sit through a 2.5 hour movie of non-stop action.
Yeah, they could have stood to cut some of that down. But whatever. Here today, we have Terminator 2, the arcade game. This is the PAL version. As far as the cover art is concerned, what do you think of that cover art?
It's the Terminator.
I mean, it is. So I like the fact that they have the arcade game in the background. Like, this was legit just a port of the arcade game that you would have been able to play in your local Aladdin's Castle or Babbage's or whatever arcade you had in your area. So there is that.
We don't really have arcades anymore, do we?
No. Well, I mean, they do exist, but now they're mostly like museum-style arcades and barcades. They're coming back really big as barcades because people my age are still willing to go pay money to play video games at an arcade, and since we're all old enough to drink now, they do that. There is one actually really close to us that I do want to take you and your brother to at some point. But, back of the box. Now, because this is the PAL version, the art on the back of the box is different. We get a bucket load of screenshots.
I like this box back significantly more
than the others. Yeah. I mean, instead of 4 little 1-inch screenshots, you get 7 1-inch screenshots and then 1 2-inch screenshot. That's a lot of screenshotage. They really did a good job there. The number 1 arcade shooter of all time explodes onto the SNES. Anyway, so up here, top left, you can see the. Just remember, top of the line back then. You got some real dudes shooting at you below that. Bottom left, we get to see 2-player arcade action. So one of us is going to use the scope while the other one gets to use the... You could use the mouse in this game. But I think in lieu of the fact that every game we've played thus far with the mouse has been terrible, we're just going to use the controller. There's a screen next to that of a helicopter chasing you in the van, which was a scene from the movie that we do recognize. Destroy everything. That looks like the inside of Cyberdyne. Rip open the nitro tanker. That would be the liquid nitrogen tanker. Hasta la vista, baby. You can see him blasting the T-1000 in the steel mill.
It's the wrong side of his face.
Is it?
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, you turn around.
In the movie, the right side of his face was all mushed off.
Hey, Scott, get down. Why don't you have two super scopes? Because that's insanity. As cool as that would be.
Would it work with 2 super scopes?
I don't know. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, it would just be well, shoot, I don't know if it would or not. Anyway, and then up here at the top, you see shoot down the aerial HKs. The vertibirds, basically. Just with jet engines instead of... I decided they look like vertibirds. But they don't have the propellers. They just have jet engines. But whatever. So that's the back of the box. We do, of course, have a wonderful manual we can skim through real quick. So, real interestingly, the whole damn thing looks very bright. Not the usual, toned down, just, small piece of art. And that's it. It's very Terminator 2. Very out there and look at me. So we get a little bit of story, of course. It explains to you who the first Terminator was in case you didn't watch the first movie. Because most people, I don't think, have actually seen the first movie. This was the one that was on TV all the time when I was a kid. I remember the first movie, but only because I went back and watched it, I don't know, 10 years ago. Probably not 10 years ago. Well, maybe. A while ago, but I have watched it, since I was a child. So it tells you how to start the game, of course, how to play your selections. Here's an explanation on how to use the controller and the mouse. Then you get your super scope. You get your missions, and that's basically what everything else here is, mission briefing. You get your explanation of your weapons and power-ups. Mission 1, you get the battlefield, the human hideouts, trip to Skynet. Through Skynet. Mission 2, Los Angeles today. So apparently the first mission's in the future. Second mission, you come back to current day. This explains your enemies. T-800 endoskeletons, just robots. Model 101s, which are Arnie. You gotta shoot Arnold Schwarzenegger in this game, apparently. You get your aerial hunter killers, your ground hunter killers, and then your drorbs, which I don't remember orbs. That might have been a first movie thing. SWAT teams and T-1000 advanced prototype. No fate. That's it. Very short, sweet, to the point. As it should be for a game that really is short, sweet, and to the point. Scott says true. Probably wouldn't have worked. Yeah, I don't think it would have. But why don't you go ahead and we'll get this turned on.
Outside of my blanket.
Oh, you're gonna die. This is the last night we're gonna be in this room, so no stress. Success. Is it on? You good? Now I do have it plugged into the first player port there, so I'm not real sure who's first player, who's second player, frankly. Rebuilding human lives ended. 1997. This was actually successful. Apparently, it's going to be one of those kind of nights. I don't even want to go swap them and hit restart. You cannot jump into a game. Now, I will say that this thing actually encourages you not to use the scope itself and just to go to town like it's a freaking machine gun.
Wireless?
Yeah, I guess. So, you press the shoot button, yeah, turn it on. You press shoot button, turn that bad boy on, and then I jump into the game after. Which I guess you'll be on the right side of the screen then. So your machine gun is this button. This one is your grenades. You have limited grenades. Eventually you will run down your machine gun power. Stream crash. Yes, Scott, it did crash out. It says it's reconnected now, so I sure hope it is. There we go.
The cursor only follows you when you're shooting.
Yeah. Don't shoot the humans. They're your allies. Shot that dude's head off. What the hell? Look, I think we can already say that this is not the greatest graphics we've ever seen. Yes, no?
Yeah, definitely.
It is. I mean, look, it's 1994, I think. Yeah, when this came out.
Is it also a direct port of the arcade game?
I believe so.
So they probably could have done more. No, they definitely could have done more. We've seen other Super Scope games that are much better.
Yeah, that's true. But they were designed specifically for the Super Nintendo.
Right. Whereas this was designed for an arcade game.
Yeah.
And not a current arcade game either.
Watch your gun power, because when it gets low, it starts shooting like tat, 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 tat. It sucks. Remember that your main fire button on the scope shoots a rocket, too. So how's it working out, just using it like a rifle instead of the scope?
I mean, it's fine. It's kind of hard hitting those dudes in the back, though. I'm starting to get the hang of where the cursor's pointing, even when I'm not.
Yeah.
Like holding down the button.
Well, it's interesting to say the least. It does remind me of my youthful days of playing like Area 51 back in high school. It's just the correct time period, I suppose. Did you stop taking all the power-ups?
Get the power-ups. I don't know about you, but I'm about to die.
You're about to die? You're only at half health. Well, maybe a little less than half. Third health. You got this. I think you can shoot their heads off. Don't like that you can shoot the guys in front of you. They're kind of a pain in the ass. Why are they even there?
I'm sure they're there to
Make the
beat
game
him
harder.
away.
I haven't noticed, like, do you lose health when they get hit? I bet you probably do.
Oh. When they die, you lose points.
Oh, is that it?
I think so.
That's the only downside to accidentally killing your allies?
I
Take it.
mean, it does take a little bit to kill them as well.
Ooh, upgrades.
I got a cool weapon.
Did you? I don't think you did. Your balls are bigger than mine now.
Oh, now it's back to normal.
You got a bomb.
That's the next one I got. I've got multiple. I don't know what's a good thing to use the bombs on because everything dies pretty quickly.
It does, and it's fairly, the bomb, if it's, you know, launches pretty slow. Boy, howdy, we are low on the health, huh?
How long do you think this game is?
I have no, well, there's like 4 missions, and there's like 3 to 4 sections for each mission. You know, will we beat it? I was terminated! But I have continues. Ha ha ha.
Do we share continues?
I don't know. Or do we have unlimited continues? It's also...
Ooh. Almost just shot a human.
Those airplanes are awfully easy to kill.
You can knock down the...
Ooh. Yeah, bomb it.
I got terminated. Are we doing anything to it?
I don't know.
No, we just wasted a ton of bombs because we're supposed to be shooting its guns.
Well, I think we had to shoot its middle, too. Woo, look out! I don't even know where my cursor is. I can't see.
What are we shooting at?
I don't know. The tires, I think. Yeah, shoot the bottom. Jesus. I don't know. Where the hell's my cursor? I really don't have any idea if we're supposed to be shooting at something specific. Oh, shoot at the middle. Was terminated again. Oh, yeah, I think we do share continues. My God, die, would you? Jesus.
I died again.
I don't know if we're actually hurting him.
I did progress. I shot him in the head.
You just have to like figure out where to shoot it, and it really doesn't explain any of it to you. Oh my God. You would think the grenades and bombs would do some extra damage. Oh my God, it's still not done.
It's just dudes walking out.
Wow. So we each got killed like 4 times, and we burned through all our continues. I think you probably did better than me. Yeah, you did. Big time. Apparently I was more accurate than you, though. Yeah, you did way better than me. No, we both each only killed one guy.
I mean, I did it as a test, so...
Infiltrator units. These would be the ones that look like Arnold. I'm so confused. There he is.
They are a one-shot kill.
The human?
Is he holding... What kind of gun is he holding? Oh, the guy in the front, the version of him in the front, as you shoot him, he takes more damage. Like his face.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kill the one up front.
No, I just thought it was interesting that you can see his, like, his left side.
Like tear apart.
Yeah.
Like it does in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, the top ones die pretty easy, though. Like jump down from the ceiling. What the hell is this? So I think we have to kill the Orby things too. I'm just getting demolished here. You're not doing bad. They're all coming after me. It's bullshit.
Well, they're coming after me. I'm just good.
You know what? Maybe it's because you're using the,
It's definitely because I'm using the scope.
Well, I'm glad we're in agreement on that.
You've seen me try to play shooter games with a controller. I would be in dead last.
It's pretty bad. It takes forever to get your scope anywhere. Oh, I am terminated. Uh-oh. We're out of continues.
That's not good.
This may be the end. It's all over, folks. We're going downhill.
You can blow up the terrain.
Well, I mean, the terrain has power-ups in it. Blow that crate up. Yeah, see, power-ups. Just like all the arcade shooters of the day, like, anytime you can blow stuff up on screen, there was always a power-up in it. I like how in the middle it does say cred, for credit, you know, continues, basically. It's just a little throwback to me being young. It's not, you know, something I've noticed about every game we've played for the Super Scope is even though there is music, and it doesn't necessarily sound bad, you can't hear it because the noise of the gun is so loud. The bullets, and it's been that way for every single one of them too. Hey, you made it out of level 2.
Oh, my neck.
Good job. I didn't get a score.
Wonder why.
Excellent.
Human alert. Has used the on-field generator to send a Terminator back to kill young John Connor. Stop it. So this is where you go back in time then?
So, why are they trying to kill John Connor?
So you don't really get the whole story? Or you don't remember it?
I don't really remember it, because I know in the first one,
Alright,
they sent a dude back to kill Sarah Connor to stop her from having John Connor, right?
Yeah, alright, so here's the deal. In the year 1997, apparently, via the movie, Skynet went online, became self-aware, realized that humans were going to kill it, so it decided to launch the nukes at Russia so that Russia would launch nukes at America, and Skynet basically took over the world. In the year 2029, or whatever the hell year it was, John Connor became the leader of the human resistance. And he was the only thing keeping Skynet from, like, winning the war. Like, he was the guy in charge of what was left of humanity. And so Skynet sent the original Terminator back to kill Sarah Connor so she wouldn't have John. And then the guy, the Resistance, John Connor, sent the guy back in time to keep his mom alive. His mom and the guy got together, and that is John's father. So John sent his own father back in time to basically conceive him, as well as keep his mom alive, which is, you know, time goofy goof. And then in this movie, Terminator 2, the Skynet realized that it failed the first time, so it sent the liquid metal Terminator back to kill John as a teenager. And then John sent a reprogrammed original Terminator back to protect himself. Which, I mean, there's so many things wrong with this entire concept. Like, they could have went back and killed...
Oh.
You lost? Apparently.
You want to give this a try? You have to keep the car alive.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds atrocious.
You have to push the button. You know, to an extent, I feel like this would be more effective as the scope. Even though it is definitely not the right size. Anyway, with the time thing, couldn't they just send back more Terminators to try to kill Sarah?
Right. Well, I mean, they could have sent Terminators back to kill, like, Sarah Connor's mom, who had no concept that the future was going to go south. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with this storyline, frankly. You're supposed to keep the truck alive? How the hell?
No clue. I have no clue how long the level is.
I'm not sure if they're damaging the truck or if I am.
Both, probably.
I'm lost. Well, that was quick. Good lord.
Oh, wait, let me
Yeah,
put
you were absolutely player 2 there, Chief. We're just gonna go with good old Dad.
Excellent.
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 Oh, you made top 10. You're number 7. Oh, I'm number 8. I guess that's not the worst. And there's the T-1000 himself. Wow. We made it like 20 minutes before game over.
Which in reality was only like 12.
I'm curious.
If there are Game Genie codes?
I bet there is.
For this game? I don't know.
I mean...
Maybe? It'd definitely be more effective holding it like down here.
Think so?
Well, like look. Holding it with your hand like this.
Yeah, like T2, the arcade game. We've been talking about doing this. What the hell is the old Game Genie, huh?
It's behind all of the Super Scope games. I reorganized that entire thing, and then you mixed it all up again.
Did I? I think you messed it up again. Yeah. Game Genie! Alright, look out. Alright, let's be silly here. What we get? We can have infinite missiles, infinite energy, shields, plasma pulse energizers. This all just lasts longer. What we really want is there is no such thing as infinite lives. But there is 20 credits instead of the like 4. Can't move it. Tell me it's a Super Scope thing. Aim for the 4. Nope. Oh, you pissed it off something fierce.
Didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Well, maybe disconnect
The scope, yeah,
Scope.
that's my assumption as well. Come on, Gloob. Yep, there it goes. Let's see, 4D3. 4D3E. C7A3. C7A3. Alright, let's see. Since our machine guns are kind of important, let's go infinite gun power for both of us. C9B7. C9B7. 1407.
What's infinite energy do? I'm assuming that'd be infinite.
That's the machine
health.
gun.
Oh, but you're doing that.
Oh. Shoot,
What's
yeah.
the difference? Is infinite energy your health?
You're probably right, yeah. Let's do that too, huh?
I was about to say, do both?
9, 17D7. Alright, where's infinite energy? 6D33. 47D6. 6D3F. 1D6.
So they had a Game Genie for the NES, right?
Yep, they had Game Genie basically for every system ever.
Did they have one for the N64?
Yep.
Did they have one for the Game Boy?
Yep. They also had one for the Sega Genesis and every other system as well. Uh-oh.
What did you do?
I mean, I plugged the Super Scope back in, but... Ba-ba-ba-ba. Man, come on. This happens, though, because you're messing with the code of the game when you run the Game Genie, so sometimes combinations of things will kill it.
So maybe just make infinite energy? Because I feel like infinite energy with 20 credits doesn't really matter.
That's true. We might just not like the Super Scope, though. We may just have to play with controllers if we want to cheat. Yeah, it does not like the Super Scope being plugged in. That's a fact. Alright, what's the code for infinite energies? Ignore everything else.
6D33.
What?
6D33. 47D6. 6D3F. 1D-A6.
We'll let it actually start all the way up, maybe, and maybe. Come on, Game Genie. Why you hosing me? It doesn't want to run it.
Do you know if it's a problem with the Game Genie or if it's...
I mean, the last time I plugged the Game Genie in, it worked. To be fair, it was a while ago.
You want to try it with a different game?
No. At best, we're just not going to play with Game Genie. I can't see that really being the problem. We'll just try and turn it on without codes on. If it gets to the game, we'll try it one more time. But if it just black screens again, we'll just play it again without Game Genie. Apparently, it's just not going to get along with Game Genie. I don't know.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is. You can't win them all. Can't win them all. What are you going to do? Well, let's get some more gaming in, and then just going to have to deal with it. We thought it'd be fun. We were denied our fun. You want to do controller? Not really.
Sure. I'll do controller.
Today's best. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now it's glitching. Now it's pissed off. Oh. Well, okay, whatever. Let's just roll it, I guess.
This goes over the story.
Let's go.
Alright, now you press start.
What is my shoot button? Oh, X and Y.
No, it's just Y and then A shoots your missiles.
B also shoots missiles.
Oh, does it?
X also shoots gun. This sucks.
Doesn't it?
I've already explained my distaste for
Cursor
first
shooters
person
with that.
cursor shooting, yeah, with the controller. I feel like it could be done so much better.
I mean, we say that, but having not actually ever, developed a video game, I don't know that that's true.
I mean, I hate to say this, but the best I think we've gotten with first-person shooting is Faceball.
No, God, that's rough.
In the sense of, the controls. I think a very good control scheme would be up is forward. You control left and right. You're turning with the left and right on the D-pad. You have your cursor always set to the middle of the screen. And have, your other buttons be stuff. Oops. Or it could be other more current first-person shooter games. Have the D-pad be movement, the ABXY be the secondary D-pad like it is on newer controllers to control camera, and R could control the shooting. L could be your alternate weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know if the SNES has the kind of power to do it.
No, it really doesn't. That's why that kind of stuff didn't come out until the PlayStation 2 when it had the DualShock analog controllers, which were really quite good. I don't know, though. I mean, they developed the Super Famicom in Japan. They had mice and keyboards. So I bet you could have done something like that, like a first-person shooter with a mouse and keyboard. And I know they did make a Doom and Wolfenstein port for the Super Nintendo. They weren't good. Like, they are remembered as like some of the worst ports ever. Because the Super Nintendo just did not have the graphics or the processing power to do that game.
This blows. To be honest,
Yeah, it's not great.
I already don't like this style of shooting with the controller, and like it is just living up perfectly to my expectations.
Yeah. Well, we can't win them all now, can we? There's a dude shooting at me off screen. That's some cheesy nonsense.
Why would you take all the power-ups?
Because I can.
Oops.
I do like shooting their heads off, though. That's always kind of entertaining for me.
Oh, I died.
Duly noted. Tried to jump over there and save you. It didn't work.
You know, if we just kill the humans in the way, there won't be any humans in the way.
That's a fact.
Just an idea.
Apparently you can't smart bomb the human. There you go. All my humans are out of the way.
Thanks for getting mine out of the way.
You're welcome.
I was shooting him, but apparently his shoulder does not count as hitbox.
I mean, look. I'm not going to fight with you. This is not the greatest arcade style. I mean, it is very much an arcade style game. Like, this feels for sure what it probably felt like in the arcades. It's not a great game, though. At least not on the Super Nintendo.
I got the cool gun.
I got the Merv Warhead.
You could try playing from the hip.
I was playing from the hip earlier.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. The gold versions go down pretty quick. At least you don't have to have turbo on. You just have to push the button and it like unloads.
Yeah,
So there's that.
that probably has to do with it being a direct port from the arcade.
Probably. Because I think in the arcade it was like a rifle that was like attached to the game box of the cabinet.
Which is a significantly better controller.
Yeah, I guess.
It probably had two buttons, one on the front of the trigger and one on the back.
Probably. The airplanes blow up awfully easy. Oh, this thing. Alright, go after the guns.
Head.
Body. Look at that. Oh yeah, I forgot the guys come out of it now.
If you're running out of bullets, shoot the little guns on the ground. They'll give you full power.
Oh, sweet. They probably told us that in the instructions, but we didn't read all of them. Hey, we made it through. And we only died once that time. Yeah, this is definitely easier than the controller. For sure. You know what? I mean, surely it won't work. But I wonder if it would be easier like this. Because the trigger's back there.
It won't.
I mean...
The sensor's on the back end of it now.
I mean, sure, you wouldn't think it would work. It shouldn't. Okay, yeah, it doesn't.
As you immediately shoot the first human.
Shut up. I feel like if we can both survive this level, the truck level will be much easier with two of us in it.
Probably.
Get to the chopper.
Just keep in mind, we haven't even gone back in time yet. We haven't even beaten half of this game. It's really difficult. Oh, those green dudes are humans. I forgot. Drill?
Yeah, the little Orby things are kind of a pain in the nuts to kill if you don't kill them when you first come out.
I needed that? You took the second one as well?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
If I did, I didn't mean to. I'm just trying to kill things, man.
I got killed because of that. I
Well.
needed bullet power.
I needed bulletin power.
So like that one's where what? Where am I getting shot from?
I think he's behind the thing.
Well, that's dumb. Can't even hit him.
Kill the orbs. I was gonna leave it alone until we ran out of bullets and needed it.
I didn't take it.
Well, yeah, but it disappears eventually. Like there is a time limit. I like watching Arnold's head fly off of the body. It's the small thing.
He does kind of shatter it into a bunch of like cubic parts of his sprite,
He does.
which is a bit odd.
Particularly since the robots like fly apart in like normal pieces. But yeah, the ones that look like Arnold do, they like break into squares and fly off. Which I guess the robot ones probably do too. They probably just made it transparent around the edging. I don't know. It's just funny. Boy howdy. It's an endurance test, isn't it? Especially for the scope. Here, hold this stupid gun for the next 2 hours of your life. Just remember, this game probably did actually look really good when it first came out. One of the things that I always find entertaining about having you come back and play old games is the fact that you don't have appreciation for how different games looked. And I mean, you're learning it, obviously. You're getting it, but like,
They're so
you grew up on like Halo, which looks amazeballs compared to anything back here.
Have you seen the new Halos? Specifically Halo 4?
No.
Looks amazing.
Excellent.
Well, I'm not saying it doesn't.
A game that looks really amazing that I can think of that's an FPS game is the newer installments of the Far Cry series.
take your word for it.
Move out.
I don't know if that's John Connor right there or what.
It is. He gets in the truck after we go through this armada of
Good God.
planes. Half of their bullets don't actually hit us, I don't think. Okay. Half of their bullets won't hit you.
They're all coming after you.
Half of their bullets won't hit me. It's split side to side, so I didn't actually have to hit like half of them when I was playing by myself.
Alright.
Oh, we missed all the power-ups.
Look, I think the airplanes are the important thing to kill here, because I think they're what does the damage to the truck. So I think we gotta take down those airplanes about as fast as you possibly can.
Well, truck's on fire. I think we can damage the truck.
I agree, we probably are smashing the truck just as badly as they are. To be fair, it's not an easy go of it.
I'll leave the precision shooting to you.
I don't know that I have precision shooting, dude.
More than
No.
I have.
He's done.
With a controller.
God.
What time is it?
9:48. Let's take one more roll at the truck. If you have you don't have precision shooting, you take care of the freaking airplanes. How about that?
Okay.
I'll take care of the dudes on the ground. You take care of the planes.
I don't think one gun is enough to take down the airplanes, actually. Okay, it is. Did you finish the show This Is Not Okay?
No, your mom did, of course.
I did.
How did you? What'd you think of it?
It's 7 episodes long.
Yeah.
And it's not long episodes either.
Yeah. Final thoughts?
Ooh, it was weird.
Is it worth watching?
Yes. In my opinion, and I thought this before realizing it was made by the same people. I thought it was a lot like the show End of the Effing World.
I haven't watched that either.
That show is definitely more weird.
Okay.
It was really good.
Well, look. It's 10 till. Oh, we got another life? I didn't realize that.
We have 1 credit.
I'm not sure if the dudes running around on the ground actually hurt the truck.
I don't think we even hurt the truck, actually. I just shot at it for like a minute straight. I died.
Yeah, I think it's all about the airplanes.
Because
really.
you don't regenerate health even if you lose.
Oh. Apparently, oh, those. I don't know if they're shooting at me or. I think just when they're on screen, you lose health. Anyway, let's talk about it. 10 minutes till. Graphics. Dated, to say the least.
Yeah.
Are they the worst thing? No. Are they the best thing? Hell no.
Okay.
I can't shoot it.
You use. I think. I don't know. Hold it, and then click on it while you're holding that.
Ah, there you go.
I knew I did it somehow. I just didn't remember how.
Excellent.
Yeah, hit end there. So graphics, yes, it is severely dated. Today's best. We're not actually going to see where we are because for whatever reason this screen glitched on us. You can't win them all.
That was a very good. I think that was like a direct image of the main villain from Terminator 2.
Oh, for sure.
Like that.
Yeah, digitized image of him. 100%. Look, does the game look great? No, it doesn't. The color palette's bland. I don't know. It's not the worst thing we've seen.
I agree.
It's not the middlest thing we've seen either. It's low tier is the point. I don't think it's great.
Yeah.
Not the worst, but it's not good. Sound and music, of course, it has music, which didn't sound bad. It didn't sound particularly memorable, but you can't hear it over the guns and the explosions.
I mean, I think it was a guitar. I don't remember.
Look, I'm gonna give it a pass on the music, just based off of
It has music.
it has music. And
It's
it
enough
didn't,
to keep you slightly more engaged.
and I could hear it, and it wasn't bad music. So I'm gonna say the music's okay and the sound is all right. Gameplay. Super Scope's definitely the way to play it.
I agree.
Using the mouse, I'm sure, would suck, and the controller's garbage. You definitely need a Super Scope to get the best out of the game. It is not. I mean, here's the thing. Let's go ahead and say this is a direct port arcade. Arcades were made to each quarters.
Yeah.
Like, the levels are long. There's a ton of dudes. And
It's
you
not easy either.
Yeah, and it's not particularly easy, which is fine. I don't have an issue with it not being easy. I mean, but it was. Arcade games were designed to be hard. They wanted to eat your quarters. That's what they did. So if this is a direct port, that does explain that. I mean, you also take in the fact that we suck. Like, I'm not questioning that at all. Like, we're not great at it. Would I recommend it? I mean, if you have a Super Scope already, this is one of the cheaper ended games. I think I got it for like $5. Sure. What the hell? I mean, if you've got a Super Scope, spend $5 and have the game. Would I hunt it down? No. Like, if it popped up in front of me one day like this one, like I was at the local replay shop and it happened to be there, I was like, hell, what the hell? It's a Super Scope game. $5. But would I go hunt it down on eBay or something? No, I don't think it's worth hunting down on eBay. In the end, I think I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs down. It's not great by any stretch, comparatively to the other games that we've played, like the Battle Clash and Metal Combat, were both really good games. Yoshi Safari was decent. X-Zone was decent. I think this is gonna fall flat, kind of like Lamborghini did. Although Lamborghini ideally is just a control racing arcade game. The
Right.
Super Scope's just a bonus thing to it. But yeah, it's just not good. So, your thought?
I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to give it a thumbs down. In my opinion, probably should have stayed as an arcade game.
Probably.
I don't know. There's just not a good way to integrate shooting onto a controller like the SNES controller.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while the Super Scope is definitely the way to do it, it's not. I don't think it has the right design for it.
I will give them this much. Just like Tin Star and Lamborghini, they did at least integrate all three peripherals. The mouse, the controller, and the gun. So you could play this game even if you didn't have the Super Scope, which is kind of a big deal. You know,
Right.
You take something like Battle Clash, Metal Combat, X-Zone, without the scope you can't play them at all. So there is that. They at least had the forethought to do such a thing. And now, me and your brother played Tin Star yesterday. It also had that ability. I wouldn't mind you playing that and getting your input on it at some point. But, so this is it, folks. This is our episode 100. It's kind of a bummer to go out on a down note. But not episode 100, but game 100. We are going to take...
Boy.
We're going to take at least 1 week off as we put together our top 10 out of 100 list.
There's a lot of games
it
to
is.
look through.
I kept a list as we went, so yeah, you did
I
not.
did not.
You're gonna have to go back through the website.
I'll just go through the Discord. That's
Here's a
sort of
mother.
up to date.
So here, watch the scroll on the bottom of the screen. Look at our website. snesislife.wixsite.com/SNES. So I forgot to renew our domain name. It expires on the 28th. The domain name is $12 a year. Super cheap. Unless you missed your re-update, and then they tag it with another $100 fee. Yeah, so it's $112 to get it back. Yeah. So we're now snesislife.wixsite.com because we don't make money. I'm not paying $112 for a domain name.
That's so much.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're dicks. Because I suppose they assume we're a business and that businesses are willing to pay to get their domain name back. But we're not, and I'm not. So, I mean, $12 I was willing to throw. $12 for 1 year. Like, that's just don't go to lunch one day. $112. You're too much for a domain name.
Rob said, oof.
Yeah, no kidding. Oof. Fucking Google. Bite my ass. We did not hit our 100 follower mark on YouTube, so we're not giving away the mini SNES right now. We'll keep looking forward to that. Like, if we ever do get there, we'll do something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you could take it with you to college when you go away.
And do what with
I
it?
don't know. Play it with your roommates. It's a mini
guess.
SNES.
You're right.
It's like this big. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna take like at least a week off, do our top 10 lists, and then the first show we come back with will be that, and then of course we'll have to do our 20th review, which is the last 5 games we play, which are all Super Scope games. And like I said, I want to go to play 10 star for that, and we get to move back into the other room where it's not as cold.
Ooh.
So that is bonus for you. I don't really mind it too much. I kind of don't like sitting in these chairs. They're not very
The
comfy.
chairs are very uncomfortable.
But-
That's why I'm sitting like this.
Yeah, you make do. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks a lot for sticking around for 100 games. Only 614 more to go. Yeah, baby.
I mean, it's only like another 50, 70 for me, maybe.
I mean, look, it took us a year to do 100 games. That's not bad. And what did I say when we started this? I said we could do this for probably 10 years, and we could. One of the things we're also looking
Will
at.
we? Probably not.
No, probably not. There was a bunch of guys when I started this. They're like, "There's no way. There's so many people that have tried that, and then no one ever finishes it." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, it's worth a shot. You gotta set yourself a lofty goal." We are looking at possibly changing the show as far as number of shows. We're looking at maybe cutting down to 2 a week, just because it is getting a little bit stressful to try and record 3 days a week. By stressful, I mean it's getting stressful on my wife, who's getting stressful on me. So, what are you going to do? But anyway, that's it, guys. Have a good night.
See you guys.